Discovery video 208. We are at Arlington Park for a turf race. Just around the corner is the Arlington Park Million on the turf. So the turf season is heating up, as hot as it can be right now at Arlington Park and all around the country. The focus next weekend will be at Arlington on the turf. On this particular Saturday, I found the race of the day. Not only was it a turf race, but it was a maiden claiming race. Now, you cannot get any higher rated than that, because turf races are 4.5 star preferred. Maiden claiming is 5.5 star preferred. That's 10 stars. Let's take a look at those. Over here on the free page, free area, Horse Racing Digest page, go click on the Discovery video button. And under the red arrow here is the listing of all the preferred races. And I've got them rated in strength from 1 to 5.5 stars. 5.5 stars being the strongest. And the race we're looking at in this video is a turf race. That's 4.5 stars. And it is also a maiden claiming race, which is 5.5 stars. So you can't get any higher rated race than this. This race on so many levels is very, very interesting. Okay? And as you will see as I show you here in just the next few minutes. Okay, so we've got essentially the highest rated preferred race possible. What's the first thing we do? Look for the value odds horse. We got two. Number 4, Peerloo, the first time starter, obviously qualified for our special play if he's picked second, and Shelley's Wild. Now, what to do when you got two value odds horses? We go right to the standard. What's the most important thing? Okay? What's the most important thing? The odds near post time. Here's how it looked near post time. All the money went in on the Tom Proctor trained Oak Harbor, shipping in from Churchill, and a couple of nice races down here at Tampa. I saw this horse race live in one of those races. 6 to 5, all the money. Now, I know I've said this before, but it bears repeating again and again. This is a maiden claiming race. Very unpredictable. On the turf, even more unpredictable. There really, in a full field I might add, there really should be no horse with that much attention in a race that's so up in the air where anything can happen. Okay? But see, this is why we take advantage of these races, these preferred races, because you frequently get these horses that are bet down, and guess what? They frequently not only don't win, but they run out of the money. And if we get our long shot on top, and we got a good ones underneath, there's some great possibilities there. Okay, but what to do with the two value odds horses? Peerloo, the 4, 15 to 1 morning line. We give our true odds at 3.5 to 1, which is the same thing as 7 to 2. It's going off at 40 to 1. They don't like the first time starter on the grass. That's not a surprise. And the other value odds horse is 8 to 1. Okay? Now, like I've always said, when you have two value odds horses, usually the betting public will make the decision for you. Okay? There's nothing to think about here. Alright? When I've got two value odds horses, one of them, who's actually the higher ranked one, is 40 to 1. Shelley's Wild is 6-1 true odds, so that's, not only lower in rank, but compared to 7-2 true odds to 6-1, really not much value at 8-1. Is that horse? No, not much value at all. But Piraloo, the first timer, at 40-1 is tremendous value. That's what we look for. Okay. All right. Now our decision has been made right here and now. This is the horse. Now what I like to do next is I like to take a look at the horse, just for research purposes. What's going on with this horse? Well, I titled this video Discover the Power of Winning Overlay Situation number 22. And let me show you what that is. We're going to go back to the free page. This is my very first book that I wrote, 36 Proven Winning Overlay Angles. You can also call them Winning Overlay Situations. Means the same thing. Anyway, this is my first book. It's free online here in the free area. All this stuff is tested over decades, and it still works like fantastic. But let's scroll down to angle 22, which is it never ceases to amaze me, even after a decade plus. The first time starter angle. We have a certain criteria that works very well with first time starters. Look for first time starters that have the value odds icon, and as a bonus, the successful trainer pattern icon, which will show a comment on the diamond report that reflects that the trainer does well with first time starters, 2-year-olds, maiden races, etc. Okay? Check the workout points. The best range for workout point. I want you to remember this for in just a few minutes. We're going to look at this. The best range for workout points is between 95 and 105, with 100 being perfect. Okay. Now, let's go back here, angle 22. So what we're looking for is a first-time starter. If he's got the successful trainer pattern that indicates something to do with maidens or 2-year-olds or whatever the case may be, that is the big bomb, angle 22. And if it has anything to do with workout points involved as well, just keep piling it on. We see here the successful trainer pattern icon in blue and white. When I see that on a first-time starter, and my first-time starters picked up there in Group A, and I got high odds, I get excited. Now, if we want to know exactly what that pattern is, we have to click on the diamond report. The report we're looking at here is the Quick F Plus AR. That's what most of the members use. It's what I use. Quick F Plus AR. Now, click on the diamond report. It's the one that has more information and it has comments and stuff. I highlighted the comment that goes along with that icon. Trainer has much success in maiden claiming races. Okay. Now, to me, when a trainer has success or much success in maiden claiming races, it tells me that, especially with a first-time starter, he may have actually a better horse that he wants to put in a softer spot for career debut, and it may be on, and the betting public doesn't like the first-time starters to begin with. And to go on the turf, okay? But this trainer has a knack for this, okay? Now, I'm going to show you something else that's really, really neat. Angle 34. This one is so precise. It's like the pin of a needle precise. It's amazing how precise, and I even wrote it years ago. It's amazing how precise this angle is, but it's proven over time to have a high impact value. Look for horses that have FCR workout points of exactly 100. When a horse's workout points are exactly 100, that is an absolute perfect pattern of workouts. Okay. Now, sometimes you'll even see a horse with nothing else positive and have 100 exact workout points and win at 15 to 1, 20 to 1 and higher. Let's check out the workout points on Piraloo, the first-time starter. I highlighted them here. The horses in blue are scratched, by the way. But I highlighted Piraloo in yellow. Workout points. Now, our workout points measure the following. It measures the pattern of the workouts. It does not measure the speed or the time of the workouts. I find that there's very little value in knowing the time of a workout. I believe too much emphasis is put on fast workouts. 90% of all thoroughbreds professionally racing can run a bullet work or a fast workout. And there's plenty of morning glories in that mix. So a fast workout in and of itself really has no value in the handicapping process, okay, in my opinion. However, the pattern of workouts and the distances of the workouts is where I have found much value, and I found it, way back when, and it's been working for so long now, and it still amazes me sometimes. I amaze myself after 17, 18 years. It still amazes me. But as you can see here, I highlighted in green, Piraloo has exactly 100 workout points. That means, as I gauge it, this horse has had an absolute perfect pattern of workouts for his career debut. Okay? All right. Well, and all of that, pretty amazing stuff. Let's talk about the sire real quick. Slough City Slough was a great sire. Really was. Pensioned last year. I think he's 30 years old now, but man, did he have a tremendous career at stud. Now, check this out. Most of his success and his offspring came on the conventional dirt, but he did have pretty good success with turf runners, and he had very little success with runners on all-weather tracks. He's had compared to the success he's had on turf as a sire, it just overshadows tremendously what little success he's had with runners on an all-weather track. So say you put your trainer cap on. You're Richard Shearer. You got a first-time starter. You know that your sire does much better on turf than he does on all-weather tracks. All right, as far as producing his offspring. So it makes perfect sense to me to take my first-time starter, put him on the turf. We know he can go the distance based on Slough City Slough and the dam sire Pleasant Colony, so the 1 mile shouldn't be a problem at all. And we know that Slough City Slough is just not a very good all-weather track sire, so why not put him on the turf in what looks like, probably to the trainer, a pretty easy spot in a big field? And that's exactly, I think, what was the process, the thought process of the trainer here in placing this horse for his first time racing, going a mile on the turf. And that's the other thing that I like to think of is, why did the betting public not bet this horse at all? Very simple. 40 to 1 is not. I mean, this horse was the plague or something. They just did not. The majority of the public did not want any part of Piraloo. Reason being, A, the majority of the betting public does not like horses beginning their career on turf. They don't like horses beginning career, period. The majority of the betting public do not like first-time starters, mostly because they don't have an accurate way of gauging them, like we do. So they don't like first-time starters. They especially don't like first-time starters on the turf, and they also don't like first-time starters going a route distance. That is why this horse took no money except for our money at the windows. Okay? So, let's go ahead and put the bet together. First and foremost is the win bet. You got a 40 to 1 horse. Are you going to mess around and play just exotic wagers that maybe you miss, but your 40 to 1 horse wins and you feel like an idiot? I mean, we've all been there. All right? That's why in our wagering strategies, which is now we're on to stage 2, we have a certain strategy that we stick to no matter what. First bet is always the win bet. Some players only bet to win, and that's fine. It's a very good conservative approach. But even if you're going to make other wagers, get the win bet down first. That's how we do it. And for the videos here, I go $14 to win. Your bet could be more or less depending on your bankroll. Now, for those that like to get into the exactas, my strategy is very simple. I like to take my high odds key horse and wheel him in the exacta because I frequently get long ones underneath. So I'm going to go also with my $14 win bet. My next bet's going to be a $2 exacta for all. I got daily doubles. I also wheel daily doubles. Okay. So at this point, if my horse wins, I got a nice win ticket. I got an exacta guarantee and 2 daily double guarantees because they're rolling doubles. Okay. So obviously I could look ahead to the 10th race and see it's a 10-star preferred race, and I'd have to come in with an all 4-5 because I wouldn't really know what the odds were going to be near post time if I'm looking ahead to the 10th race, but I would definitely play the 4-all on the way out. Okay, so if my horse wins at this point, I got win money, I got the exacta, and the double. I'm guaranteed all 3 of those. Now, for those that have trifecta bankroll, the strategy is as follows. The 4 on top, all by himself. Second position, we're going to put the 7, 5, 3, 9. That represents the rest of the horses in Group A and the top horse in Group B. 13 scratch, so that makes the 9 the top move up top horse in Group B. Then once again, that would be 4 with the 7, 5, 3, 9 with all 10-cent super all for 4th. Okay? And I've got good news and I've got bad news. The bad news is we missed the trifecta by a nose. We missed having a value odds exacta by a nose, but we did catch a monster exacta. And I first want to point out to you where your 6 to 5 favorite finished. Way back in 10th position. Okay? That's why we go after these races, for this exact purpose. This is what happens in unpredictable races. Second favorite, off the board completely. Okay? Third favorite, off the board completely. Okay? Our horse at exactly 40 to 1 got it done. $82 on the Win Mutual. And because this is the reason why I like to play the all in the exacta, I frequently catch them long underneath. So we had a 19-20 to 1 shot. Gave us an exacta that paid $1,567.50. Here is the rake for the race. The $14 win bet returned $574. The $2 exacta, $1,567.50. I do believe that's the biggest exacta of the year so far. Usually we get them. We get them like around 2,000, 1,800. We hit several of those during the course of the year. If this isn't the biggest, this is probably in the top 3. Okay, I just can't remember off the top of my head. This being August, but I'm pretty sure that $1,567 it's probably in the top 3 biggest exactas that we've hit this year. And then a couple of nice doubles there. So even missing the trifecta by a nose, we still collected $2,578.30. And that is Discover the Power of Winning Overlay Situation 32. And like I said, I amaze myself sometimes on how these, well, a lot of work went into this, a lot of time. Obviously, if you know me and if you've watched my videos, you know how much blood, sweat, and tears has gone into all of this. It's going on 18 years, and it's just rewarding for me to see it still working. Everything still works as good as it did 10 years ago. And in a sport that's changing tremendously, I think that's for that to be like as it is pretty damn good, if I must say so myself. But the reason I make the videos, you know why, is to show you exactly what to do. Okay? And remember, the most important thing is always the odds near post time. Your general rule is you always pick the highest horse with the highest odds if you have 2 value odds horses. But if you have a spread like this, even if the 4 was the 3rd pick, I still would have singled him. Because there's a world of difference between 40-1 and 8-1. Okay, that's like comparing New York to California. There's a big spread in between. Okay? So in situations where you've got 12-1 and 15-1, you might have to bet them both. But with this big a spread, it's a no-brainer, as always, in this situation. Okay? So like I said, when you have 2 value odds horses, the betting public will frequently make the choice for you. You always go, if you have one lopsidedly higher, you got to stick, that's the one you go with. Now, in the long run, it pays off. And, we're all about long-term profit. Remember that. Yeah, every now and then, the 8-1 horse will beat the 40-1 shot. But in the long run, doing it the way I suggest will make you more profit. So the times that the 8-1 shot beats the 40-1 shot won't make up for the amount of money we're going to rake in hitting these 40-1 shots and these big ones. Okay? So like I said, in the long run, this is the strategy that I have for that, for this situation, is time tested over a very long period of time now. Okay? Well, it's going to be a nice festival of turf racing coming up next weekend with the Arlington Million and all that other good stuff on the turf. So the focus is on the turf at Arlington, and man, you couldn't have anything better to lead into that week than this 10-star preferred race. Very good. I do suggest you watch the video 3 times, because I talked about a lot of stuff in here you can make money with. Also, this is the free area that we're looking at here, and also known as the Horse Racing Digest page. You want to make sure to invest your time. It doesn't cost you any money, just your time. Read the articles I've written over the years that show you how to understand our reports, how to read our reports. And our reports tell you a story, okay? Click on the Watch the Discovery videos. Watch them each 3 times so that you will absorb. Also, my free ebook, this is all still like gold. My 36 Proven Winning Overlay Angles, my first book that I wrote. And I've got 2 other books that are in the members area. But this one's the first one. It's still like gold, and it's free as all the other articles. So, spend a little time, do your research, and apply all that, and keep watching the videos and keep learning what to do, and you will eventually see every situation. You'll know exactly. And that's the reason why I make the videos, is so that you will know exactly what to do when you are faced with a, you'll sit there and you'll see a race and you go, hey, I saw a video exactly like this. And so it takes the guesswork out. The videos take the guesswork out of what you should do. And now we have how many now? 208 videos, okay? And don't forget, or for those of you that don't know, if you scroll all the way down on this page, look for that laptop computer. If you click on that, that takes you to a page which is the previous video series, in which there's 424 more videos, which is the same basic, goal. Only the Discovery series is the current series that we have upgraded to. But all this stuff, I mean, you got over 400 videos here, and then you got 208 in the current series. So you got a lot of good study material that will help you take the guesswork out of what to do if you're looking for a long-term solution for profit. Okay? All right, and you're in the right place if that's what you're looking for. Thanks a lot for viewing. Good luck with all your bets.